What are the odds that I would actually have a shirt to commemorate the video I'm about to do? Seriously, what are the odds? The Mummy reboots. I get it. It's like The Mummy Returns, but it's The Mummy Reboots. Very good. I don't know what to say about this. You're going to have to forgive me. I watched this about a week ago at the Dollar Theater, and I barely remember it. It was that bad. The only thing I recall well was, for some reason, the Mummy needed Tom Cruise. She was going to use his body to resurrect her lover. Or something. You know the old story. Imhotep uses a woman's body as a vessel to resurrect his love, Anaxunamun. They did it in the original. They did it in the remake in 1999. So it's the exact same plot, but instead it's a woman trying to resurrect a man. At the very end, Tom Cruise allows this to happen. He gains the power of the mummy and basically fixes everything. Everyone that died, he brought back to life. And Dr. Jekyll, who's in charge of Prodigium, is now on the hunt. The Mummy reboots stars, for some reason, Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe. I'm not going to say the movie was awful. You've seen it all before. I don't know why they had to do a reboot of this, or a reimagining, or a remake of this at all. Me personally, I wasn't a fan of Boris Karloff's version of The Mummy, but even that was better than this. I mean, when you're ripping off Brendan Fraser's 1999 Mummy, you're grasping at straws. The most glaring fact is, why Tom Cruise? Do you really need another franchise to latch onto? I mean, you have Mission Impossible and you have Jack Reacher. Why do you need another franchise? I don't get it. I keep hearing rumors that Tom Cruise is a bankable actor overseas for some reason. I love how Universal Studios is blaming him for the disaster of the movie. I think that's funny. Sofia Boutella plays the Mummy, and I think she was great. I liked her in Star Trek Beyond. I think she's a good actor, but she looked like a direct ripoff from the Enchantress from Suicide Squad, and I didn't think that movie was amazing. When a bad movie is ripping off another bad movie, you know it's going to be bad. There is nothing else to say about this. It was not good. It came out right after Wonder Woman, and when you have a woman, playing the damsel in distress a week after Wonder Woman, it's not going to be good. How can you even consider doing something as foolhardy as that? You guys basically set yourself up for failure. You chose Tom Cruise, which was a mistake. You should have given that to a younger actor. And you chose to open up a week after Wonder Woman. My first thought was that Dracula Untold was going to be the start of this Universal Monsterverse. And I'm going to coin that phrase. It's the Monsterverse, not a dark universe, just a Monsterverse. Because to me, the dark universe could range between mythical creatures like goblins and trolls to all the way to gothic creatures like Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, all the way to unicorns and Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. Universal should just call it the Monsterverse. If they want to do an updated or revamped, rebooted version of the Monster Squad, you're going about it the wrong way, dude. Part of me also believed that Victor Frankenstein, the one with James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe, was also part of this Monsterverse. I thought James McAvoy was great as Victor Frankenstein, and this is by far the best interpretation of Igor I've ever seen. Of all the Frankenstein monster movies and stuff like that, Igor is best represented by Daniel Radcliffe. I definitely recommend watching Victor Frankenstein if you haven't yet. And go ahead and give Dracula Untold a viewing as well. It's not part of the Monsterverse, but it gives you an idea of what it could have been like. We have The Bride of Frankenstein coming out next, not even Frankenstein's monster. That might be a mistake on their part, too. The only one I recall Universal announcing is who was going to play the Invisible Man, which is Johnny Depp. I think that's hilarious. Kevin Bacon played a good Invisible Man in Hollow Man. See, I keep looking back to the monsters from the 90s. You know, you had Robert De Niro in Frankenstein. You had Gary Oldman as Dracula. You had Kevin Bacon as the Invisible Man. And Jack Nicholson as the Wolfman in the movie Wolf. You know, the only one that you didn't really see much of is one of my all-time favorites, which is Gilman from The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Well, I'm done ranting and raving about this. Have you seen The Mummy? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Have you seen the original? Did you see the 99 version with Brendan Fraser? If you have any questions, comments, complaints, concerns, queries, or conundrums, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. I am intrigued to see The Bride of Frankenstein. For some reason, the first person that popped into my head for The Bride of Frankenstein was Angelina Jolie. Don't ask me why. I have no idea.